So this workout's going to be focused on legs and glutes, and we're going to start standing,
Okay.
and then we'll do some work on a little bit on the mat, and then we'll end standing. Okay? So we're still working our abdominals, just more leg and glute focused along with the abs. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our warm up in for a few seconds here just to warm up the hips and the knees. It's like you're doing pretend jump rope. So we're going to do 10 and 10, then 5 and 5, and then singles. Okay, so just start jumping, and you don't have to really leave the ground. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and singles. Good, good. Good. And then rest. That doesn't take very long to warm up. Okay. So we're going to go into some Pilates footwork, like adapted from the reformer. We'll do it standing, and I'm going to have you turn to the side so everyone can see you sliding down our imaginary wall. So I'm going to have you start in Pilates V, heels together, toes apart. Good zipped up seat to heel, belly pulled up and in, and we're going to come into our genie arm. Now, we're going to do the first 5 with the heels down, the second 5 a little bit lower because we're going to lift our heels. I want you to imagine you're sliding down a wall. So small knee bend, good, and then slide right up the wall, good. And for 2, and slide up the wall. And 3, slide up. And 4, and up, last one, and 5, and up. Now, if you can, we're going to go a little deeper because you're going to start to lift your heels off the mat. So I want you to slide down the wall without sticking your rear end out. So slide down, now go right up the wall for 1, good, and slide down for 2, and up, slide down for 3, and up. Can you show one that's only halfway down? Good. And slide down for 4. Good. And up. So again, Michelle didn't go all the way down. That's okay. It can even be smaller than that. 5 and up. Good. Lower the heels. Good. And now separate the heels. Okay, we're going to repeat the same pattern in a different position. So parallel legs. We'll do 5 with our heels down. So small knee bend. So slide down your imaginary wall. Now drive into the heels and up. And 2. And up. And 3. And up. And 4, and slide it up once more, 5, and up. Now you're going to lift your heels. If you can slide all the way down the wall, do it, not a squat. Slide down the wall. Now you got to use that belly to come back up. Good. And for 2, and slide it up. And for 3, and slide it up. And for 4, slide it up. Last one. And for 5, and come on up, lower the heels. Let's come back to that first position we were in, heels together, toes apart. Okay, we're going to do a little lift and lower now. So come into your genie arm again, ribs knit together, good, lifted. And I want you to try to lift your heels off the mat without them separating, even if it's a ½ an inch. And then with control, I want you to lower down. And for 2, and lower. And for 3, and lower, and for 4, and lower. Imagine someone pulled a string out of your head. And for 5, and lower, and for 6, and lower, and 7, and lower. Let's go the last one here, 8, and lower. Good. Let's come to the front of your mat, and we're going to get down onto the floor. So I want you to stand, you can face the direction you were at. Good. And you're going to take your right leg behind you, make your genie arms. Good. And then you can tuck that foot back, and you're going to lower down all the way to the mat. So the front knee will bend. Yep. Good. And then down. Good. Okay. Lie down on your back. Good. Okay. We're going to go into the 100. We're going to do it a little bit differently today, though, because we're not going to pump our arms. We're going to beat our heels together. Okay, so let's start with our legs in tabletop like we normally do. Arms up to the ceiling. I want you to take a big inhale at the bottom. On the exhale, curl up. Look, now reach the legs out long. Good, now the arms just stay still. Heels together, toes apart. And we're going to do little heel beats for our 100. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 5. Point your feet. 8, 9, 10, and 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 9. Curl up and over. There we go. And last set, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and roll it all the way down. Okay. Sometimes I think it's harder not to pump the arms. Okay, let's go into a little bridging now. So arms down at the side, pressing into the mat. Let's go ahead and have our legs together. Good. Okay, let's do a couple just to warm up with that before we add in all the choreography. So I want you to press your arms into the mat, tuck the tailbone, roll up into that bridge position. You should not be in your low back. And then exhale and curl it on down. Good. And again, tuck the tailbone, roll it up. You're trying to create a long line from the armpit to the knee without going into an overarch in the back. And then curl it down bone by bone. Okay, let's do one last one like this. And curl it on up. Good. And curl it on down. Okay, let's do the fancy stuff now. So tuck the tailbone, curl it on up. Good. Now, without letting your pelvis drop, extend your right leg to the ceiling. You're going to lower that right leg down, and then you're going to kick it back up. And our goal is not to let the pelvis move. Down and kick it up, and lower down and kick it up. And for 4, and up, and 5. Ribs knit together, up. Last one, 6, and up. Bend the knee, put the foot down, curl all the way back down. It's much harder when you pick up a leg. Okay, let's go to the other side. So you're going to tuck the tailbone. You're going to roll it on up. Ribs knit together. Good. Left leg to the ceiling. Good. And lower down and up. And for 2. And up. And 3. And up. And 4. And up. And 5. And up. Last one, 6. And up. Bend the knee. Put the foot down. Curl all the way down. Okay, we have one more set to do with a different choreography, but single leg. Okay, so here we go. Legs glued together. You're going to tuck the tailbone. You're going to roll it on up. You're going to extend that right leg to the ceiling again. Now, you're going to keep that leg still. I want you to curl down your spine about 3 inches. Now go right back up. Poke a hole in the ceiling, and down and poke a hole. Good. And for 3, poke a hole. And for 4, poke a hole. And for 5, poke a hole, put the foot down. Good. And then curl back down. Good. Let's come right back up and finish off with that second side. And tuck that tailbone, articulate the spine, ribs knit together at the top. Good. You're going to lengthen that left leg. You got to push into that right foot. And let's curl up and down. And go for up and curl down. And 3, and down. And 4, and down. And 5, and down. Last one for 6, and curl down, bend the knee, put the foot down, curl all the way down. Good. Let's roll right onto your side. We'll do a little bit of the side kicks, side lying series. Good. Okay, so we're going to start with the scissor. I will move out of the way so I don't get kicked. Okay. All right. So scoot back a little bit on the mat. Yep, good. There you go. And then hinge at your hips and bring your feet very slightly forward. There we go. Good. Okay. Imagine your waistline is really lifted. Okay, I want you to pick up both legs and then scissor them. So one leg. Now really reach the back leg to the back. Good. Now switch. And now that back leg reaches to the back. That one's hard. And then switch. Good. And we're doing this all while staying balanced. Good. And switch. Keep going. And switch. And switch, and switch. And so the goal is not to roll back and forth on that pelvis. So if you have a small scissor, I'd rather have you do that than make it large and roll back and forth. And switch. Good. And switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. Now legs back together and lower them down. Let's bring those feet a little forward again. So we're in that small angle. We're going to go into the développé. So let's take the top leg, externally rotate it. Good. Now drag your leg up. Good. Extend the leg. Good. And then flex the foot and lower down. Now at this point, I want you to point your foot. Yes. And then good. And extend. Now flex the foot and lower and reach. Trying to stay in that external rotation. That's the hard part. And then point the foot. Drag it up and extend and flex and lower. Let's do one more in this direction. Drag it up. Deep rotation. stretch, and lower down. Now let's reverse it. So we're going to kick up first. You're going to point your toe. You're going to bend that knee. Now press your leg like you're sliding that foot across that inner thigh. There you go. Good. And kick up and bend and press. Good. And kick it up and bend and press. Good. And kick it up and bend and press. All right, we're going to finish with hot potato. We're going to start at 5 and work our way to singles. Okay, so you're going to externally rotate, tap that heel to the front 5 times. Go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick up, tap back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick up and 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick up and 3, 2, 1. Kick. 3, 2, 1. Kick. And 1, 2. Kick. 1, 2. Kick. Singles. Front, up, back, up, front, up, back, up, and close. Good. Let's do the other side. Gets those glutes fired up in the hip. Yeah. Okay. So we're lying in that line. Let's pick up our legs and bring them slightly forward. Good. Your waistline is lifted. You're trying to find the length. Good. Let's pick up both legs and separate them like you're taking a big stride. So we're going into our scissors first. So let's bring yep, good. Now I want you to switch and really think about the top leg reaching back, and now the bottom leg reaches back. And the top leg reaches back and the bottom leg reaches back. You really have to pull that belly up and in to support you from rolling around on this one. Yep. And switch and switch. Good. Switch and 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 switch, and legs together and lower. Good. Let's go into our develop base. So let's pick up the legs, bring them slightly forward so you're in a little bit of a hinge. Here we're going to work on that deep external rotation now. So I want you to point your foot. You're going to externally rotate the leg, drag the foot up, extend long to the ceiling, flex the foot and lower, close those inner thighs. Good. Point the foot, drag up, try to be in that external rotation, straighten and flex and down. Good. So drag up as you do that. Your knee is heading towards the ceiling. That's what it means for external rotation. We're trying to go, or maybe where the ceiling and the wall meet. That's where we're headed towards. And up. Good. And flex it down. Now let's reverse it for 4 and bring that up. Now bend the knee, point the foot. Good. Reach down that leg. Good. And up and bend and reach and up. And externally rotate. Good. There you go. You found it. Good. It's like your hip warmed up enough to do it. Good. And then nice. Good. Okay, let's finish with the hot potato for our last little set here. Okay, so back to that external rotation. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So to the front first. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick up and back. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick. And 3, 2, 1. Kick. And 3, 2, 1. Kick. And 1, 2. Kick. 1, 2. Kick. And singles, front, up, back, up, front, up, back, up, and close the leg. Good. Let's go ahead. Let's sit on up, and we're going to go into seal into standing. Okay. So the seal into standing, if Michelle's going to do the seal into standing, if you find that you can't do the standing part, roll right into the standing. All you need to do at home is just get yourself up to a standing position. It's okay if you can't do the transition. Okay, so let's scoot forward just a little bit so we have room to roll. Okay, so this is a rolling. So Michelle's going to take her hands, dive through her legs, grab onto the outsides of her ankles. She's going to pick up her feet so she's balancing on her sacrum. Good. Okay, so we're going to roll back to the tips of the shoulder blades, not the neck. So we'll do a couple just regular seals. Okay, so here we go. We're going to curl back, and then we're going to curl on up. So this is a lot of abs to help you out. Good. Curl back, and then curl on up. And our goal is to roll down the middle of our spine. Good. And curl back, and curl up. Let's do one more before we stand. So let's do one more here. Curl back and up. Now we're going to get ready to stand. So Michelle's going to curl back. She's going to take her hands out from inside of her legs, and then she'll cross her ankles when she's in the back. So when she comes forward, then she'll put her feet on the mat and stand up. Okay. And then she's going to curl back, take her hands out, cross the ankles, and push up. Good. Okay. So if you weren't able to do that, go ahead and just get to a standing position now. All right. So now we're going to go into some little bit of lunge work. So we're back to standing, just like how we started. So let's bring the right leg out forward into that runner's lunge position, and then hands go on the mat. Yep. Okay. So we're in this nice deep runner's lunge. Michelle's knee and ankle are stacked on her right foot, right leg. Okay, come onto your fingertips. Okay, now here comes the hard part. Lots of balance. I want you to lift your chest off the thighs and stand up. Good. Bring the arms up. Good. And now let's curl down, barely tap the mat. Curl down, tap the mat for 1. Now come right back up. Good. Tap the mat for 2. Good. Come up. Good. Tap the mat for 3. Come up. Good. Tap the mat for 4. And up. Tap the mat for 5. And up. Tap the mat for 6. And up. Tap the mat for 7. And up. Last one. Tap the mat for 8. Come up and hold. Now, go ahead. Just place your hands behind your head. If that hurts your shoulder, you can always come to this position. Now, just straighten the front leg. Good. And now go back to the lunge. Good. And for 2. Straighten. Good. And come back. And straighten for 3. And come back. Straighten for 4. Yes, it's that right leg working, but also those abs help bring you up. For 5. Good. Straighten for 6. Straighten for 7. Good. Last one. Straighten for 8. Good. Bend the front knee again. Put the hands back down into the runner's lunge. We're going to switch sides. Good. Okay. So we're on our palms first, then to our fingertips to help us get into being used to balancing a little bit more. Now I want you to inhale and lift up. Okay, we're going to do those 8 taps. So here we go. I want you to tap down lightly. Good. And up. And there's always one side that's easier. That's normal. And for 3. Good. Plus our legs are already tired. And for 4. Good. And up. And for 5. And up. And for 6. Think your belly lifts you up. And up. Good. And for 7. And up. And for 8. And up. Stay. Now remember, you've got that choice of arm position behind your head or at the forehead. Now let's bend and straighten for 8. Straighten and then bend. And 2. And bend. And 3. And bend. And 4. Good. And bend. And 5. And bend. And 6. And bend. And 7. And bend. And 8. And bend. Good. Put both hands back down on the mat. Good. Take your foot back into a plank. Good. Now just walk your hands back to your feet. Walk, 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 and then curl all the way up. Okay, we're going to come over and do a wall sit after all that. All right, we're going to feel our legs. Okay, so Michelle's going to come against the wall. We're going to sit on the wall. So what I want Michelle to do is to walk her feet out far enough that when she bends her knees, her ankle and her knees are stacked. Good. Okay, I'm going to count to 10. Go ahead and make your genie arms again. Good. Really press your body into that wall, and I'm going to count to 10 here. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now slide up the wall. Some walls might be easier to slide up than others, and depending on the paint texture. Okay, shake it out. And what kind of shirt you have on. All right, okay, let's go for one more set. So Michelle's going to slide down the wall again. Let's bring those ankles under your knees a little bit more. Good. The knees are pointing straight ahead. We're not going out wide or knock-kneed. Good. We're going to make those genie arms. Imagine you're pressing the back of your head into the wall, your ribs into the wall, and for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand up, wiggle, wiggle, and then shake your legs out. Okay, let's just finish with one more standing thing. Working balance again, abs and legs. So go ahead. You could probably stay on the carpet right there. Good. Okay, so let's come into our genie arms. We're standing parallel, hip width apart. We're trying not to round forward and flex. Good. Standing tall. We're going to go into like a little marching. So bring the right leg up and down, and left leg up and down. Good. And right leg up and down. You feel have to really use those abdominals to lift that leg. Left and down. One more set. Right and down, and then left and down. Now let's stand slightly turned out. We're going to do it where the knee comes more towards the elbow. Okay, without dipping in our side. So go right and down. Good. Left and right. Good. And left. And one more set. Right. Good. And left. Good. Let's come back to parallel, and now we're going to come behind us. So bring your legs maybe just a little bit closer together. Good. Okay. So what I want you to do is you're going to kick your right foot, like to work those hamstrings. So kick the right foot behind you and then left again. Good. Staying really stable through the rest of the body. And good. And one more set. And right. Good. And left. And lower the arms. And you have finished the leg workout. Okay. Good. Thanks.